Good evening. In today's session, let's discuss a topic called Right Against Climate Change. And this is a fundamental right. Who said this? This is none other than the Honorable Supreme Court of India. In the earlier class, we have discussed regarding climate change and its adverse effects. By taking this into consideration, the Honorable Supreme Court has described that the right against climate change is a fundamental right. And the Supreme Court has referred to the articles, Article 14 and Article 21 of the Constitution. Article 14 mentions about the right to equality. Article 21 mentions about the right to life. So in this session, we are going to club environmental issue and also the constitution. This is how the questions are being asked. I'll show you two questions now, how the questions will be asked, then we'll continue our discussion. So in order to write answer for this question, you should know about the what is climate change and what are the adverse effects of the climate change and how it is disturbing the people, especially the common people, poor societies in the world with a specific reference to India, and with the deprivation of many things, how these poor communities and poor people are getting affected and how it is violating the fundamental rights under Article 14 and under Article 21. This is how you have to link this. So that is the reason why you need to have comprehensive understanding over the various subjects. Then it will become easy for better presentation of the answer in the examination. Am I clear? So now let me show you the questions. Look at this. So here two questions I have given. The right against climate change and right to a clean environment are two sides of the same coin. Comment. Meaning, in this question, two concepts are given here. One is right against climate change and the other one is right to a clean environment, and these are considered to be the two sides of the same coin. Clear? And you need to comment on that. How to write answer for this? I'll tell you. Right or right to life. What is the article? Article number 21. And equality, meaning right to equality. What is the article number? 14. Right to life and equality cannot be fully recognized. Cannot be fully realized without clean and stable environment. Discuss. Very important questions we are discussing. So these may be the questions in civil services mains examination or main examination at the state level for group 1. So all the students who are preparing for these examinations, kindly follow me very clearly and carefully. Look at this. Fine. So now after looking at the question, I am showing you one pic. This is the great Indian bustard. Right? So its survival is becoming really difficult. That is the reason why it has been listed as critically endangered. Right? Critically endangered on the red list of IUCN. IUCN stands for International Union for Conservation of Nature, and it is located in Gland, that is in Switzerland. Is that okay? So please remember these points. But when it comes to this great Indian bustard, so this is critically endangered because it is not just this bird, but otherwise so many birds are under the critically endangered category now, especially because of the this electric wires in Rajasthan and Gujarat. Based on this one, a case has been filed in the Supreme Court, and when the Supreme Court is looking into this one, along with this, a judgment has been released by the Supreme Court with respect to clean right against climate change is a fundamental right. Clear? So in this particular judgment, the Supreme Court referred that because of the climate change there are adverse effects, and this is affecting very badly entire globe, especially the poor communities. So because of the food shortage and shortage of rainfall, or if there are floods, the most affected people are the people in the poor communities. When they are getting deprived, obviously it is violating certain rights under the constitution, and those rights are the right to equality and the right to life. In this scenario, Supreme Court has mentioned that a right against climate change should also be a fundamental right, but this is a less articulated one among the people, and it should be more articulated now. Meaning, you should make the people to know more about these fundamental rights. But whatever the Supreme Court is saying, these words may not be mentioned as it is in the Constitution, but Supreme Court draws this out of the Constitution. Once the Supreme Court says that this is a fundamental right and that should be recognized as a fundamental right, and it becomes the duty of the government to protect these fundamental rights, otherwise the Supreme Court will intervene. Am I clear? Very, 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 very important one. Now let's look at the answer for this. Right, I have shown you this picture because this is one critically endangered species, and India is really worried about this one, and this is almost on the verge of the extinction. That is the reason why certain cases are being filed in Supreme Court. So with respect to this, Supreme Court also mentioned about the poorer communities with respect to right against climate change. Look at this. A judgment was released by Apex Court on April 6th, 2024, very recently, in a case connected with the survival of the endangered Great Indian Bustard species. Right against climate change is a less articulated right against adverse effects of climate change and is a distinct fundamental right in the Constitution. These are the words that are mentioned by the Honorable Apex Court. Clear? On one side, Constitution is coming into picture, Supreme Court of India is coming into picture, the fundamental rights of the people are coming into picture, and we are clearly specifying Article 14 and 21 very clearly. On the other side, we are talking about the environment, and we are focusing on the adverse effects of the climate change and how it is very badly affecting the poorer communities. Am I clear? Look at this. The havoc caused by climate change increasing year by year. Yes or no? Yes. It becomes necessary to articulate this as a distinct right. It is recognized by Article 14 and Article 21 of the Constitution. Article 14, right to equality, and Article 21 is the right to life. Clear? You have to write these points very clearly. Now, the Supreme Court has linked this to. How it has linked this, we'll see. Linking the right against climate change to Article 14 and 21, the Apex Court said that the right to life and equality could not be fully realized without a clean and stable environment. Our environment is getting polluted. It is no more stable. Then how do you ensure a right to life? If you are not ensuring the right to life, then how come you are ensuring right to equality? So because of the bad environment, imbalanced environment, degraded environment, unstable environment, the fundamental rights of the people are getting affected. Clear? The right to health, which is a part of Article 21, is impacted due to factors such as air pollution, shifts in vector-borne diseases, rising temperatures, droughts, shortages in food supplies due to crop failure, storms and floodings. Meaning, the health of the people, the right to health, which is considered to be the part of 21, is getting adversely affected because of the climate change. Because of the climate change, air pollution is increasing. There is a shift in vector-borne diseases, rising temperatures, droughts, shortages in food supplies due to crop failure, storms and flooding. The inability of undeserved communities to adapt to climate change or cope with its effects violates the right to life as well as the right to equality. Meaning it is the inability of the disadvantaged sections of the society. They are unable to cope with the changes, the adverse changes that are occurring here. Right? So if there is air pollution, the people who are rich, they can purchase this oxygen mask and they can use it. So right, they can also use the this air cleaners. But what about the disadvantaged sections of the society? Is it not a violation of the Article 21 and also the Article 14 of the Constitution? Am I clear? Next, if climate change and environmental degradation lead to acute food shortage in particular areas, poorer communities will suffer more than the rich ones. Yes or no? Right? If the rich communities are falling short of anything, they can get it very easily because they have the money, they can spend very easily. But that is not the case with the poorer communities. The interconnection between climate change, listen carefully, and various human rights, including the right to health, indigenous rights, gender equality and right to development. Hence, the apex court said that the right to healthy environment, safe from ill effects of climate change, was a fundamental human right. Very, 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 very important. Kindly remember, that is the reason why I always tell you that you need to have the comprehensive understanding of various subjects. Then it will become easy for you to write the answers. Reading environment separately, constitution separately, governance separately, economy separately, right? Okay, at the time of learning, you can learn separately, no issues. But you should also develop the ability and capability to interlink in such a way and present in such a way so that you will be getting good marks. Clear? And these are our attempts to do so. So kindly follow our classes very carefully so that you will get more and more benefits from these classes to write better answers and score better in the main examination, maybe at the civil services or at the group 1 level, at the state level. Fine. And below this description, our app link is there. Please download our app and follow me through Telegram channel, and the link is also given in the description. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next session. Take very good care.